Hello everyone, today we distinguish these three terms: variable, constant and parameters. Variable, I know that you know these things very well from your school days, but constant and parameters, there is still little bit confusion. Yeah, to understand these things, we take a simplest equation, the straight line. So let me write this thing. Okay, so here is the straight line. Y is equals to 2x. See, x and y, these are the variables. You all are well aware of these things. They are responsible to form any graph of equations. And look, this is a constant. Okay, and this constant is we rather say this, we are fixing this. We rather say these things as a fixed constant. Okay, so now what does we get from this equation? It's of course give you a straight line. Okay, and next thing, since the constant is fixed, you will find a fixed straight line. Since the straight line is fixed, we can see that straight line. Okay, so let's plot them. So for in this particular case, this is our x and this is our y, and this would be y is equals to 2x. So see, this is a straight line. That straight line is being fixed. How many straight lines? So number of straight line, if we want ask, number of straight line is equals to 1. Now we are writing this equation in this way: y is equals to mx. See what we are doing? Still, this is a constant here, but this constant is a little bit different than these things. We are not fixing this constant. We call them here arbitrary constant. So what does this give? This give you again a straight line. Okay, and this straight line is not gonna give you a fixed straight line because you are making this constant arbitrary. So you will get an arbitrary straight line. Okay. What does this arbitrary straight line does means? That means a straight line which is passing through origin. So that straight line could look like this, any straight line. This equation gives you an option to choose one straight line which passes through origins. But straight line is one. You can take any one of it. Therefore, number of straight line or number of curve, we should say, in particular the curve is here straight line. So number of straight line remains still 1. But the straight line becomes arbitrary here. The third, if we let this constant vary, therefore in this case, if we write m not as a constant, rather we call it a parameter. So what is this parameter? Parameter is constant, but that constant we are letting that constant to be vary. Therefore we should say this variable constant. So this times, what do we get? Look, we are making or we are letting this constant to vary. Therefore, we are not going to give a straight line. We will get a collection of straight line. Okay. And since it is a collection of straight line together, we call them this time not a fixed straight line, not an arbitrary straight line, rather a family of curves. Therefore, number of curve will be, let's see, who are these numbers, and if we place them, the straight lines we get these, all the straight line passes through origins. But you have to take this time these equations where m is given as parameter. These times you have to consider all these straight lines. So these equations represents all these straight lines together. Therefore they becomes a family of curves. Now if I ask you number of curves, so that would be, we are considering all these things, so number of curves these times infinite. So what is the difference we are getting from these things and these things? Look, whenever you have a parameter in equations, you are having a family of curve, and if there is no parameter in a curve, therefore that curve is a single one. Look, these things. So that is the main difference between parameter and constants. Now the question that comes, is there a equations where parameter and constant they can come together? Yes, of course they can come. But so consider these things. Okay, let me write this one. For example, you are writing this way: y is equals to, okay, mx, and m is parameter given, and we are putting a constant. C is a constant. Okay. Look, and to plot this graph, we are making a particular value of C. What does this happens? Since it is a parameter, of course, this will become a family of curve. Family of curve. And the curve is straight line. So we can say family of curve or family of straight line. And number of curve, of course, since it is family, so number of curve, of course, will be again infinite. This family will represent in the graph. If we want to look, what will happen with this constant? This constant will just shift this all the system of or family of curves to another point at C point. So C is 1 here. Look, if I put x equals to 0, y becomes 1. X equals to 0, y becomes 1. So all the straight lines passes through 0, 1 will be, so these straight lines together with these straight lines, not this, we can remove these things. Okay. Well, yes, so all these straight lines together will represent these things. This was the difference between parameter, constants, and all these things. So just remember, whenever you have parameter in an equation, then you will get lots of curve, and for a particular value of a parameter you will get one curve, and constant always gives you one curve. So first you are taking a constant, and then you are making constant to become arbitrary, and after that you are finally letting it to become parameter. So let me tell you something so that you can memorize these three things step by step. Suppose you are sitting in your classroom and your teacher is standing at the door. I will give you three situations. First situation, your teacher, for the first case, where m was fixed constant. First situation, your teacher is calling like way, Ramesh, come with me. Then the student whose name is Ramesh will go with that teacher. So Ramesh, our student is being fixed, is going out with the teacher. This was the number one situation where we putting the constant to be fixed. And now the second scenario, this scenario, the teacher is saying, among all of you, one student come with me. So this time what is happening? Students are getting options. Among all the students, one student will go out with teacher. But who will go, that is not fixed. So therefore the situation is becoming arbitrary. So that is the scenario for number 2. And number 3, this time, the scenario 3, this time teacher calls that everyone come with me. So what happens? Everyone will come with teacher. Teacher is taking all the students, all the curves together. So first, for the first case, m equals to Ramesh, and for the second case, m is equals to 1 student, and for the third case, m equals to every student. So this is the 3 scenario. I hope you understand these concepts, and if you have any confusions, you can comment. I will definitely reply. Bye.